is to me, like, fuck off, dude. One time, just reply. One time, back up your tough talk and actually, like, be funny and have a clever retort, you fucking asshole.
Love it.
I fucking hate that guy. He's such a scumbag. He is such a fucking rat fraud hack. Like, just go back to acting, dude. The internet is not for you. You're not smart enough. You're not funny enough. You're not clever enough. You can't keep up. Just go back to Hollywood. You're an embarrassment to New York.
Boom.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? So I'm going to give you a note. You're on notice right now that you're on the podcast with me and Chris Distefano. Say hi to Chrissy D.
What's up, Chrissy? How you doing, baby?
What's up, KFC? Miss you, baby. Love you, baby.
We're deep in the throes of this right now. I want to know what's going on over there. Is this a bit? Is this a bit, the rap thing, or is this real?
No, it's very real. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
Wait, but here's why we thought it was a bit. Let me explain. Because the footage of him at the basketball game with his buddy Dean, it looked fake and acted. We both agreed. And it was like a bit. And then afterwards, I was like, well, there's got to be a bit. He's not going to front on Kevin Durant. And then the DMs, I was like, is this a bit? I couldn't tell. And then even the deposition film, I was like, is this them fucking with us?
Well, okay. I can speak to Barstool's involvement. Like, that was, I had to go through a deposition too. And it wasn't like fireworks, like funny with Dave.
Kevin, did you wear KFC? Did you wear a suit to the deposition? I know you didn't. You Bronx trash.
You trash bag from the Bronx. You know what he wore? He wore a windbreaker and a wife beater.
Dude, he's from City Island. It's the most white trash fucking place in New York City.
Chris, I got out my divorce suit. You know.
Oh, the divorce suit. Brought out the divorce suit.
I got a suit.
He's got one of the best divorce suits in the game.
Does it still fit?
Not after quarantine.
I'm gonna need to borrow it soon. My girl caught me DMing again.
Yeah, you might need to give it over to Chrissy D. But although, could you imagine his suit on you? You'd rip right through it.
I'd rip right through it.
Little coat.
Yeah. Yours, those hips trying to get in my little.
This guy, he's grown. What's your waist now? 40?
36 now.
He's 36. No, he's 36. Honestly.
Way you're 36. I'm 36.
Wait.
You're at least 40.
Wait, Kevin, you think I'm getting fatter?
I would just assume so.
See?
No. I've been exercising, you bitch.
No, so Kev, this is
and it was like,
yeah.
I went into it. I was kind of nervous. I was like, don't fuck up. I don't want to get Barstool in trouble.
Right.
And then like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh my God, these guys are fucking morons. So the fact that they just couldn't even understand a simple like timeline of events with Dave was very true. That was very real. The Durant thing, I know that they used to be friends because they did do that video together. And then even after those DMs went out there, if you look at Durant's Twitter, he sent out a tweet being like, I talk like this all the time with Rappaport. I don't know like why he's upset all of a sudden. But this is what Rappaport does, man. He's the king of fucking trash talk. And then as soon as something gets real, he literally lawyers up or he posts those DMs clearly being like, look how mean Kevin Durant is to me. Like, fuck off, dude. One time, just reply. One time. Back up your tough talk and actually like be funny and have a clever retort, you fucking asshole.
Love it.
I love
I
it.
fucking hate that guy. He's such a scumbag. He is such a fucking rat fraud hack. Like, just go back to acting, dude. The internet is not for you. You're not smart enough. You're not funny enough. You're not clever enough. You can't keep up. Just go back to Hollywood. You're an embarrassment to New York.
Boom.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it. Fight place too in our high school was like in between two train stations, the E train at Jamaica Union Turnpike train station. I went to Archbishop Malloy High School right off the Jackie Robinson Parkway, and it was fun. I never forget this kid who was a bruiser, Big Frank, forgot his fucking last name, but huge white guy. And then he wanted to fight this kid. His name was Timothy. He was a black kid. I swear to God, he's a little black kid. His name was Timothy, but he would go by Taekwon. I swear to God, he was like, call me Taekwon. But like, no, but it says, like, I remember our biology.
says Timothy.
Our biology teacher would say, dude, you know what our biology teacher used to do? Shout out Mr. DeMarco. We used to call him Booger DeMarco.
Booger D.
Booger D. He would be such a dick. He was a good teacher, but he would, this was, again, in the late 90s, you would take a test, and then he would hand out the test based off the best grades. So if you got 100, the hop grade would go for you'd get your test for, and then the last one you would know that you just got the lowest grade in the class, and he would like turn the paper down and give it to you like that, like he would, which is like so illegal now. You can't shame a student like that. But his mindset was, I'm going to shame you
so you do better.
Right.
Right. or you become a more violent version of yourself already.
Right.
Either way, you're creating a life.
I love it. But if everybody passed the test, he would just give him out no order. But if there were failures, he would do it great orders.
Did you ever get yourself an F?
I don't even remember, dude. There's so many.
But Taekwon did.
But so what Taekwon did? So Taekwon.
Oh, is it Taekwon or Taekwon?
I think it was Taekwon. His name was Timothy, though. His full name
What was the last name? Doe?
I'm blanking on his last name.
Taekwondo.
Timothy
That was his
McVeigh.
name.
Is
Timothy McVeigh?
What did he? Yeah, Timothy McVeigh.
I think he invented Velcro.
Yes, that was him then.
He
I went to school with a guy who they called the Cannibal Cop. That's a true story. You could Google the Cannibal Cop. He was in my homeroom. And then Timothy McVeigh. So both in my homeroom.
So
high school.
Taekwon was going to get into a fight with Big Mike.
With Big Frank.
Big
Frank, I
Big
remember.
Frank.
I just forgetting his last name. But Big Frank was like a bruiser, like tough kid, was on the hockey team, like whatever. And Taekwon, I don't know what they were actually fighting about. But anyway, we all go down Union Turnpike and watch the fight.
Yeah.
And Frank is winning, but not like winning yet, but like he hit him a couple times. He knocked Taekwon down. And then again, nobody knew. Taekwon was just this little black kid. Nobody knew that Taekwon knew like full kung fu. He hit Frank. I've never seen this in there with a spinning leg kick to the face, knocked Frank over like David and Goliath, and Frank had to go to the hospital because he got a concussion because his head hit the subway pavement, and Frank was just on the floor like having a seizure. We were like, oh shit, nobody had cell phones back then, and we were in a subway terminal, so we had to call like the transit police and be like, yo, this kid just got knocked out. And they were like, by who? And we were like, Taekwon, Timothy. And Timothy, dude, he hit him with like a spinning, like a Liu Kang from the movies, full leg kick, foot to the face, and nobody would ever know that this kid had that in him.
Right.
And it was, dude, it was like the sickest fight I've ever. Actually, it was 2014. Sorry, so I did forget.
Yeah.
It was 2014. I bit into a bagel. I was sitting in my apartment in Long Island City, Queens. I bit into a bagel, and my tooth, half of my tooth, came out in the bagel. Came out in the fucking bagel. Dude, the pain that I was in, because it was just an exposed nerve hanging out of the back of my mouth, it was nonstop. I'm talking about 10 out of 10 pain, nonstop for 4 hours, because I couldn't swallow an Advil. Because any type of movement, like it was too painful.
Jesus.
So I couldn't swallow an Advil. So finally I get there to the dentist, and, it gives me the Novocaine, packs the tooth. Everything is fine. So, but that's like, I was like, oh shit, that's horrible, whatever. Then 6 months later, 8 months later, everything's healed with that. I'm terrified of the dentist, terrified of teeth. I'm like, that was the most triggering experience of all time. I had to get a cavity filled or a root canal. I can't remember.
I've had root canals.
On the other side, they inject the Novocaine into my gums, which, is supposed to numb your teeth. He's like, oh, can you feel this? Can you feel that? And I genuinely couldn't. So I don't know what happened. They go in the back, hit the drill on my tooth somehow, and I find out later people can have rare reactions where the Novocaine works. It's supposed to work for an hour or 2 hours. It works for like 5 to 7 minutes and then wears off. It like resets. I didn't know because he had just done the checks, and I'm like, oh, it's fine. I can't feel it. I hear the drill, and he went like this, like off to the side just to make sure it was working. I was like, ooh, thankfully I can't feel that. I don't, he's going in the back, and I felt a little bit on a tooth, and I was like, oh, that must not be the part where it's numb, but I didn't know. Goes in to hit the drill. The Novocaine wore off, drilled right up into my head. The pain was so quick and so immediate, I pass out in the chair. Fully pass out like that with the fucking thing going.
I've heard that before.
Like
People
that.
pass out from the
Yeah.
pain.
No, because but it's, I didn't pass out because it was the Novocaine wore off. If the Novocaine was there, I wouldn't have felt the
You
thing.
wouldn't have known, yeah.
I wake up, I don't know how much later. I wake up.
2-3 days.
2-3, yeah.
Your pants are off.
Pants, yeah, absolutely,
He's
dude.
like, we did some dentistry work too.
Yeah,
my friend.
dude. Yeah. And then fucking, and then he goes, oh my God, like you had like some kind of reaction, whatever. Gives me more Novocaine, gives me all the dental work for free because it was like so fucked up. It was like the most rare reaction. But dude, I passed out from the pain.
Was it bleeding? Was it gushing with blood too?
No, he just basically went.
It was just a nerve hit. You hit the nerve.
He drilled up. He basically drilled into my tooth like I had secrets from the cartel. Like like somebody, they would do that to you in Mexico. Yeah. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And fucking the pain was so. I've never experienced this. It's the only time in my life I've ever passed out. The pain was so immediate that my brain just said nope. And shut up. To like the woman in the room next to us didn't want to get an epidural. Jazz got the epidural, but she didn't want to get the epidural. And the woman next to us.
Why are people against it? I'm dumb.
I don't.
Just because it's drugs?
Because it's drugs, and they think. But
I've been taking drugs my whole life.
I know.
Why
That's
would
what
I stop
said.
now?
I'm like, we took drugs. That's how she got pregnant in the first place. We were
100%.
on active drugs.
I have a friend of mine that they had their kid on Molly.
Dude.
That's how they made it.
Make it a fun experience, dude.
Yeah, they named her Molly.
Good name.
No, they named her Ecstasy.
Great. Even better name.
Even better.
I the woman next door was screaming like she was about to
being
be beheaded.
stabbed,
Like
yeah.
no, like screaming like you can't fucking imagine. And Jazz, she'd already had a kid already, so she was like, this lady's a lot. The nurse who was in with our room, like you could just tell, like she was like trying to like do the thing she had to do for Jasmine. She was like rolling her eyes every time the other woman screamed. She was just like, okay, whatever. And then I guess like the nurse was just having a bad day. She walks. I mean, this woman is like giving birth next door. She walks in like while she's like, I think giving birth or screaming. She goes, hey. She goes, if you don't want to get the epidural and take modern medicine, then shut the fuck up. You're scaring the other mothers. And I was like, holy shit. Like word for word. Even Jasmine was like, that was harsh.
Because the pain has got to be so intense that
Because
it's
you're
like,
scaring all the other women then.
Yeah.
It's like just.
and you're putting them in a bad mental space.
Yes. You know what the thing that did piss me off though? Well, again, this is just why like women are just like superior beings, like what they can do. So Jasmine's water broke, right? Her water broke. My daughter wound up being born at 10:04 a.m. But when Jasmine's water broke, right? And then your body, once the water breaks, the contractions are basically the woman's uterus and abdomen contracting to push the baby out. That's all that is. That's the Braxton Hicks contraction. It's just basically your body prepping. But then once that water breaks, it's like no. Your body, nature is saying it's time, push. So the water broke, and the nurse texted the doctor. Because the doctor was upstairs. The nurse had said 2 hours before, the doctor had said 2 hours before, hey, text me when her water breaks and I'll come right down, we'll have this baby. So I'm like, great. Text the doctor.
Does the water emoji?
Yeah, just with splash signs. Fucking.
With his face?
Dude, water breaks for an hour and a half. No doctor. Jasmine's just fucking in excruciating pain because, there's things that the doctor has to do to get the baby out. Mm-hmm. Jasmine doesn't know necessarily what to do, when to push, how to do this. Fucking the nurse texted the wrong number. She's had fucking dyslexia or something and reversed the number. The doctor comes down. She's like, what's going on? Did the water break yet? And then we're like, yes, the nurse texted you an hour ago. She's like, I didn't get a text. And then the nurse was like, I texted you. She goes, what number do you have? And she's like, whatever, 917-312-6180. And she's like, no, it's 08, not 80.
No.
And dude, it's the only time.
Some cab driver in New York is like, water break.
What happened? I guess because I was like stressed out. I'm not like an angry guy. I always am just of the mindset like just let shit's gonna pass, like there's no reason to get angry or make somebody here in a day. And I just said to the nurse, I was like, that's a fucking huge mistake, lady.
It is.
That's a huge mistake.
It is.
That she doing touring.
I was like getting visas for people that were going on tour. Dude, I did. It was wild. I did Flava Flav, Cypress Hill. We did Erykah Badu. We did like Dilated Peoples, which I love.
Did you ever get to meet them?
Some of them, yeah, they come into the office. Flava Flav came in. What's up, Drew?
L.A. or Chicago?
Here, L.A.
Wow.
Flava Flav came into the office. I'll never forget. And he's like, dude, honestly, it was like a 6th-floored building. And it was not that big. And he walked in. We're on like the 3rd or 4th floor or whatever. And he's like, yo, Drew, afterwards, he's like, Drew, walk me to my car, man. I don't remember how to get there. And I was like, what?
Okay.
So I just walked down with him. And he's valeted at the IHOP that was next door. There was an IHOP next door. Didn't park in our garage.
Flava Flav, baby.
Yeah, Flava Flav. And they get his Escalade. He had a big stretch Escalade, And he goes, all right, Drew, my fam. Let me know about Japan and all this stuff because he had to get visas to go to Japan. And Japan would often not let people. What they would do is they would restrict lyrics, right? They'd flag their lyrics and tell them what they couldn't say. Otherwise, they wouldn't be invited back.
Really?
Yeah, and if you have a criminal history, they wouldn't let you into some places, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, like Snoop had a murder charge, right? Even though he got acquitted.
Couldn't go to Japan.
Eventually, I think he could. He finally got a grant from the government, but it's like a huge process.
Wow.
Yeah, this was such an accidental job I fell into. It was like a clerk job I found online, and it turned into me like actually doing it. But anyway, Flava Flav, we go downstairs, and he pulls out a wad. I mean, this thick. I'm not kidding. A baseball, like holding a baseball in his hand of money. And the valet, little tiny Mexican guy, and he's like, big fan, man, big fan of you. And Flav's like, oh, word. He's like, let's do a photo, son. And then he's taking a photo, and I'm laughing. I'm watching the whole thing go down. And the valet was $5, I think, for IHOP. I think it was like $5. And he's like, what I owe you, player? And the kid's like, oh, it's free, man. I'm a fan. It's free. And Flava Flav was like, oh, hold up. And this sounds fake. It was all hundreds, dude. He's thumbing through $100. He's like licking his finger like, and gets down to the bottom, and it's like a couple of 5s and then a 1s and a bunch of singles, and he grabs 2 singles and he hands them to the guy. Which, like, respect, sure, whatever. But also, I was like, don't show him the fucking 30 grand in hundreds you have.
Yeah.
But he could have just opened it, flipped it over, took the 2 out. No, he made him watch him go through all the money.
You think that was for sure on purpose?
No, Flav had no idea what's going on. He's in space.
He's La La Land.
He couldn't get to his car. It was 6 floors. I mean, like, what do you mean? No, but it was just insane to think that $2 Like it was just, and also I didn't expect him to give him 100. It was just weird.